Question 1. A global e-commerce company wants to deploy a highly available web application across multiple AWS regions. The application serves customers from different continents. Traffic should be automatically routed to the nearest AWS region. Failover should happen seamlessly if one region goes down. The solution should be cost-effective while ensuring low latency access. Which AWS service is the best choice? Options: A. Use Route 53 with latency-based routing and health checks. B. Deploy an elastic load balancer, ALB, with auto-scaling groups in each region. C. Use CloudFront with S3 for static content and DynamoDB global tables for dynamic data. D. Use AWS Global Accelerator to distribute traffic across multiple regions. Correct answer: D. Use AWS Global Accelerator to distribute traffic across multiple regions. Explanation: AWS Global Accelerator ensures low-latency routing using AWS Global Network Backbone. It automatically fails over to another region if a region becomes unavailable. Faster than Route 53 because it avoids DNS caching delays. Why not other options? Option A. Route 53 latency-based routing helps, but DNS caching can delay failover. Option B. ALB operates at a regional level, not across multiple regions. Option C. CloudFront is great for static content, but it doesn't handle dynamic application failover. Question 2. A large enterprise has on-premises data centers but wants to migrate some workloads to AWS. On-premises applications must securely connect to AWS resources. High bandwidth and low latency are required. Connection must be private, avoiding public internet exposure. Which AWS solution is the best choice? Options: A. Use AWS Direct Connect with a private VIF. B. Use VPN over the public internet for a secure tunnel. C. Use AWS Transit Gateway to link on-premises and AWS VPCs. D. Use CloudFront with an origin on-premises to serve data faster. Correct answer: A. Use AWS Direct Connect with a private VIF. Explanation: AWS Direct Connect provides a dedicated, high-speed private connection, 10 Gbps+. Avoids public internet latency and security risks. Best for enterprises needing consistent, high-performance connectivity. Why not other options? Option B. VPN is secure but runs over the internet, leading to higher latency and lower bandwidth. Option C. Transit Gateway helps connect VPCs but still requires Direct Connect or VPN for on-prem access. Option D. CloudFront helps with caching, not hybrid cloud connectivity. Question 3. A healthcare company needs to store petabytes of medical imaging data for analytics. Data is rarely accessed, but must be retained for 10+ years. Occasionally, researchers need to run analytics on the data. Storage costs must be minimized while allowing occasional data access. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Store data in Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive and use Athena for queries. B. Store data in Amazon Redshift for fast analytical queries. C. Store data in Amazon RDS with multi-AZ replication for high availability. D. Store data in EBS volumes attached to EC2 instances for quick access. Correct answer: A. Store data in Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive and use Athena for queries. Explanation: Glacier Deep Archive is the lowest cost option for long-term storage. Athena allows querying data directly from S3, avoiding the need for a separate database. Pay only when data is accessed instead of keeping expensive resources running. Why not other options? Option B. Redshift is expensive for rarely accessed data and better suited for structured data analytics. Option C. RDS is meant for transactional databases, not a data lake. Option D. EBS volumes are expensive and unnecessary for long-term storage. Question 4. A marketing analytics team needs to process large log files daily from multiple sources. The logs are stored in Amazon S3. ETL, extract, transform, load must be automated with minimal management overhead. The solution should be cost-effective and scalable. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. Use AWS Glue for serverless ETL processing. B. Use Amazon EMR with Spark to process the data. C. Use EC2 instances running Python scripts for batch processing. D. Use AWS Lambda to process logs in real time. Correct answer: A. Use AWS Glue for serverless ETL processing. Explanation: AWS Glue is fully managed, serverless, and built for ETL workloads. Supports schema discovery, job scheduling, and integrates well with S3 and Redshift. Cheaper than maintaining EC2 clusters for ETL. Why not other options? Option B. EMR is powerful, but requires managing Spark clusters, increasing cost and complexity. Option C. Running EC2 instances is less scalable and requires manual management. Option D. Lambda has a 15-minute execution limit and is better for real-time processing rather than batch ETL. Question 5. A fintech startup needs to grant developers access to an RDS database without exposing credentials. Developers should only access specific tables based on roles. Database credentials should not be hard-coded in applications. The solution must comply with security best practices, least privilege. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Use IAM database authentication for RDS, with fine-grained access control. B. Store credentials in AWS Secrets Manager and share them with developers. C. Allow developers to SSH into the database and manually manage permissions. D. Use EC2 IAM roles to grant temporary database access. Correct answer: A. Use IAM database authentication for RDS, with fine-grained access control. Explanation: IAM-based authentication eliminates the need for passwords. IAM policies can restrict access to specific database tables based on user roles. More secure and compliant with AWS security best practices. Why not other options? Option B. Secrets Manager securely stores credentials, but developers would still need to manually retrieve and manage them. Option C. Allowing SSH access exposes the database to unnecessary risks. Option D. IAM roles work best for EC2 applications, not direct developer access to RDS. Question 6. A media streaming company wants to deploy a highly available and scalable web application. The application is deployed in multiple AWS regions. If one region goes down, traffic should automatically switch to another region. Low latency access is a priority. Minimizing cost while maintaining high availability is crucial. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Deploy the application in multiple availability zones with an application load balancer, ALB. B. Use AWS Route 53 with latency-based routing and health checks. C. Use AWS Global Accelerator for intelligent traffic routing across multiple regions. D. Deploy a multi-region active-passive setup using RDS cross-region replication. Correct answer: C. Use AWS Global Accelerator for intelligent traffic routing across multiple regions. Explanation: AWS Global Accelerator provides global failover and intelligent traffic routing, improving performance and availability. It uses the AWS Global Network, reducing latency. Faster failover than Route 53 because it avoids DNS caching delays. Why not other options? Option A. ALB only works within a single region, so it won't provide cross-region failover. Option B. Route 53 with latency-based routing helps, but DNS caching may slow down failover. Option D. RDS cross-region replication ensures database continuity, but it doesn't handle application traffic failover. Question 7. A financial company needs a disaster recovery (DR) strategy for its database. Recovery point objective (RPO) 5 minutes. Recovery time objective (RTO) 30 minutes. Data should be quickly restored in another AWS region in case of failure. Which solution meets these DR requirements at the lowest cost? Options: A. Use RDS multi-AZ for automatic failover. B. Use RDS read replicas in another AWS region for failover. C. Use RDS cross-region automated backups for disaster recovery. D. Use RDS global database for real-time replication across multiple regions. Correct answer: D. Use RDS global database for real-time replication across multiple regions. Explanation: RDS global database allows near real-time replication across multiple regions. It meets the 5-minute RPO and 30-minute RTO because the database in the secondary region is already running. Failover is fast and requires minimal data loss. Why not other options? Option A. Multi-AZ works only within a single region, not for cross-region. Option B. Read replicas don't support automatic failover, requiring manual promotion. Option C. Automated backups can restore data, but recovery takes longer than 30 minutes. Question 8. A data analytics company processes terabytes of structured and semi-structured data daily. The team needs to run complex analytical queries. The solution must be cost-effective, with minimal infrastructure management. Queries should run directly on S3 without needing a persistent database. Which AWS service is best for this use case? Options: A. Use Amazon Redshift for high-performance analytics. B. Use AWS Glue with an ETL pipeline and store results in RDS. C. Use Amazon Athena for serverless, pay-per-query analytics on S3. D. Use EC2 instances with an installed SQL database for querying data. Correct answer: C. Use Amazon Athena for serverless, pay-per-query analytics on S3. Explanation: Athena allows direct SQL queries on S3 without needing to maintain servers. Pay only when queries run, making it cost-efficient. No need for data ingestion into another database. Why not other options? Option A. Redshift is powerful but costly for ad hoc queries. Option B. Glue helps with ETL, but RDS isn't ideal for analytics. Option D. EC2 with SQL is high maintenance and not cost-efficient. Question 9. A healthcare company stores patient medical records in AWS. Data must be encrypted at rest and in transit. The company wants full control over encryption keys. Encryption should not impact application performance. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. Use AWS Key Management Service, KMS, with customer-managed keys. B. Use S3 default encryption and rely on AWS managed keys. C. Store encryption keys in AWS Secrets Manager and use them manually. D. Use client-side encryption and store keys in a local database. Correct answer: A. Use AWS Key Management Service, KMS, with customer-managed keys. Explanation: KMS provides full control over encryption keys while integrating with AWS services. It supports envelope encryption for minimal performance impact. Easier key rotation and compliance with security standards. Why not other options? Option B. AWS managed keys don't provide full control over encryption. Option C. Secrets Manager is for credential storage, not encryption key management. Option D. Client-side encryption is complex to manage and can impact performance. Question 10. A gaming company runs a stateless microservices-based backend. Traffic fluctuates significantly, especially during game launches. Services should auto-scale based on demand. The company wants minimal infrastructure management. Which AWS service is the best fit? Options: A. Use Amazon EC2 auto-scaling with ALB. B. Deploy the application on AWS Lambda with API Gateway. C. Run microservices in Amazon ECS with Fargate. D. Use AWS Batch to process incoming game data. Correct answer: C. Run microservices in Amazon ECS with Fargate. Explanation: Fargate is fully managed and scales automatically without managing EC2 instances. Perfect for stateless applications like microservices. Removes operational overhead compared to EC2-based autoscaling. Why not other options? Option A, EC2 auto-scaling works, but requires instance management. Option B, Lambda is great for event-driven workloads, but not ideal for always running microservices. Option D, AWS Batch is for batch processing, not real-time auto-scaling of microservices.